welcome back to my YouTube. I'm at Learning Living Happy, and this intro is going to be really short. It is Tuesday today, which means I've done a whole week of my nutrition coaching program, and throughout the week I've just filmed bits and bobs of thoughts that have come up, things that have been difficult. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go straight into it, and I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, please subscribe if you want to see more, please send in any questions that you might have, and I hope you enjoy the video. So it's the morning of day 2. It's been hard, but it's been easy, but it's been hard. Some things I thought that weren't going to be hard have been hard, and I think it's just showing me that I do need this more than I thought I did. Sorry, excuse the mess. I literally just got scared to have cereal for breakfast instead of oats. Like, that shouldn't be a thing. Yesterday at the beginning of the day, I was just scared to eat the amount that I was told I should be eating. First of all, I just didn't agree with the number. I just thought that is way too high. I'm not meant to be tracking calories. It's just they gave me like a guideline for how much my body needs to maintain how I am. And straight away I thought, I'm going to gain weight on that. I don't want to do it. I guess even if I do gain weight, I've been so against gaining weight for so long, even though I'm preaching it doesn't matter if you gain weight. Some people need to gain weight, and it's not the end of the world if my body does gain that weight. So again, it's just been another eye-opener that I've internalized this fear of gaining weight, that as soon as I saw the numbers I thought, nope, because I'm going to gain weight. But isn't that the whole point anyway? Like, I just needed to cool off after deciding to have cereal. Look, literally, that is awful. Like, that is so awful. Not the fact that I'm having cereal, but the fact that I got so anxious and worked up for choosing some cereal over oats. Like, a bit of an update on how yesterday went, and there was such a mix of feelings that day. By the end of the day, eating that amount was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I'm debating whether I do say how many calories I'm meant to be eating, because I don't want people to then be comparing, because what I eat, it might be way too much for you, or it might be way too little for someone else. So I really just want to avoid that sort of mindset that people might have when watching this video. Something has just been going on in my head, and I just felt like I needed to get it out there before I forget it. But when I first originally saw the calories, I was shocked, because I felt like there's no way I should be eating that much. First of all, I already knew for a fact that I was eating more than my family members, and I have a brother who's a footballer, not a proper footballer, but he's active, he's very lean, he's muscly, and I know for a fact that I'm eating more than him. Knowing that I'm eating more than others when I'm pretty sure, and logically in my head, and science, and being a girl and being shorter, I just feel like I should be eating less. So yeah, I think that was an issue for me before, and I really want to get out of that mindset of comparing. And I don't usually compare. It's just when it's people like in your family and like your brother, it's not that I'm like, oh, I need to be like my brother. It's not the thing whatsoever. It's just because he's there and available for me to compare to, and in my head there's this strong, just this belief that I should be eating less than him. And for me to know, well, I don't know, because he doesn't count his calories, he doesn't know how much he's eating, but just because I'm so hyper focused on what I'm eating, and then seeing what he eats, it just makes me think that, okay, I'm definitely eating more than him, and that's just been hard to accept. Anyway, as I said, when I first saw the calories, they're called like my maintenance calories, which means they predict that that's how much my body needs just for my body to stay the same weight, and I was just very skeptical about it. But then at the same time, there has been so many moments where it's like unexplained hunger kind of thing, and not like extreme hunger, like I used to have that in the past, like complete, like just extreme hunger. Like I would eat and eat and eat. There was this time where I had dinner and then I had like 3 slices of chocolate cake afterwards, like extreme hunger, and I was still hungry after that chocolate cake. But this is when I was like, I was quite, I wasn't in the best place physically, so that could explain that, like why that happened. But, and that is normal, by the way. So if you are in a position where you have restricted and not eaten enough calories, like for a long period of time, so consistently under eating, you can get to a point where once you start eating a bit more, you have this unexplained hunger and you're just ravenous all the time. And it's okay to give into that and lean into that, because that's your body recovering, that's your body kind of like making up for what you did to it, really. And I keep going off topic, there's just so much to talk about. It's anyway, there's been a few times before this where it would be at the end of the day and I would feel awful, like I would feel like I've overeaten because I've been snacking after, like straight after my meal. Before I even finish my meal, I'm like, I know that I'm going to go snack on something. Like I reach for the snack before and not snap, I mean like I just reach for more food. Like I'll be making my food and I'll be snacking as I make my food, because I don't know, I just have, not that I can't control it, but kind of like I can't control it, like it just happens. At the end of the day, I would count my calories just as a reflection tool. Like I wouldn't count in order to restrict. I kid you not, like I would literally almost tear up if my numbers went over a certain amount. If I was to work out my own maintenance calories, I feel like I'd bias it in some way so that it is lower, to confirm to myself that you don't need to be eating that much. So when I saw their calories, first of all, as I said, I just didn't believe it. But now I'm thinking, all those times that I overate, I would literally overeat the amount of calories that they've given me. So I don't know if that's kind of like a relief at the same time, and also a bit of a lesson, because sometimes I was like punishing myself and getting so upset for eating that amount of food. It may have been my body just telling me this is how much I want to eat. I would literally, the numbers they're giving me is what I would overeat. In my head, it was me overeating. I felt bad, but because from doing this, I've had to increase like the sizes of my meals, and that was already scary. And making sure that every meal that I had, they're all roughly the same. So not one like a really small meal, then one a really large meal. Like no saving calories for later. It's just every single meal should be satiating. So I shouldn't need to then reach for snacks, for example. And as I said before with my other meals, like I would reach for the drawer of digestives, and I'd get, even if I didn't really want it, if there was brownies or cookies in the drawer, even after I've eaten and I was physically full, I would still go and get it. Those are one of the habits that I didn't really want, because I just have like one bite of like each thing, which it's not like I needed that. I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. Like please don't say, oh, she's doing this because she doesn't want to eat cookies. Like no, I want to honour my hunger and honour when I'm full, and I was eating those snacks even when my stomach was quite full, maybe, and this may be because in the day my meals weren't as substantial, so in the back of my head maybe I was restricting, and maybe my body still needs those calories because I hadn't had them earlier in the day, kind of thing. But I don't want to make up for those calories by having a mindless snack straight after my dinner when I'm actually really full, if that makes sense. Even in one day, like with my larger meals, like I did not, like straight after my meal, I didn't feel the need, that urge I have to go straight for the cupboard. The thing is that I was so scared to eat these larger meals, and then at the end of the day, like I was like, because I had quite a few calories left to eat, and I didn't think I could do it because it was like 6:30. I'd had my dinner, I was like, there's no way I can eat again. And it's just really funny because before this, like after dinner, I'd be like, oh my God, I could so eat again. And now that I'm meant to be eating more, now that I'm meant to be giving myself more food, my mindset completely shifts. So that, I think that's just like, even in one day of me telling myself I'm going to feed myself and nourish myself and give myself enough food every single meal, I didn't feel the need to eat more. So all this time when people say like don't have that restrictive mindset, it is so true, because as soon as you restrict yourself, as soon as you put limits on yourself, you think you have, I don't know, you have this need to eat more, want more things. So it's so important to always honour your hunger first. This is quite a long talk and it's literally just a breakdown of day one and the things I've worked out. I mean, my mind is so busy, like you don't understand. Like, I'm letting you into my headspace and so much goes on. Like literally I've just been speaking for like 15 minutes already and day one. I was literally doing a lecture but I was like, I need to get this out because I think it's important. Yeah, so have a great day and I might update you later. See you soon. It is Friday, which means 4 days. Okay, so it's been 4 days. I've been feeling quite crappy, I'm not going to lie. I've kind of been overeating slightly on the calories. To me, because that number looked high to me at the beginning already, and that was already more than I was eating like consistently, like day to day, for me going over those calories, it makes it look 10 times worse because the number just looks so high. But I just weighed myself and I have not changed one gram, which is surprising. But I think the fact that my weight hasn't changed is making me think like it's okay. Like maybe I'm stressing for no reason. Not stressing, but I'm just letting it get to me, even though there's nothing to be like worrying about. I think I just need to trust the process a bit more. It's literally only day 4, so of course I'm going to be feeling like this, but yeah, I haven't been doing the best, but it's okay. I know it'll pass, but I'm gonna have some brekkie. Okay, so today it is Sunday. First, I was quite nervous, as I said, about the changes and about eating more. I think that really comes with any sort of change that you're going to make. I don't think it's necessarily the fact of how much I'm actually eating, but the fact that I've had to change that and consistently change that, because obviously there was times where I'd eat this much anyway, but the act of doing it consistently and over time and just making any sort of changes is going to make you feel like quite scared or nervous to do so. If you don't feel ready to do it, it's probably just that initial phase of, oh my God, this is something new, I don't really want to do it, oh my God, this is gonna happen. You're kind of uncertain, and because, as I said, because it's a change, you're scared to do it. But it's important to know that once you do stick to it and once you do make those changes and you go through that awkward like first week stage, like I'm already feeling a bit more like, I don't know, I'm not feeling so, oh God, this is new, like what am I meant to be doing, how am I meant to be doing it, and you just get on with it. And I think that's a good thing, because especially if you're someone who needs to increase their intake, or if you're in a similar position to me, or if you're really early in your recovery, and just taking that first step to eating more can be like the end of the world. And eventually, after the first stage, after the first week or so, or however long that you take those first steps and you do start eating more, you realise how wrong you were in the beginning. I don't know, you want to eat more, you want to start eating more, because what you were doing before just wasn't sustainable. So that's not obviously me now, like I'm just trying to, I don't know, be kind of supportive for those people that are in those first stages and are in those first steps of making that change to eat more, because it can be so scary. But as I said, the thing here is that it might not be the amount that you're eating that's actually scary. It's just the change that's scary to begin with. So keep doing what you're doing. Remind yourself why you're doing it. Like, there's been quite a few times where yesterday I had eaten my dinner at like 6 and I was full up after that. Like, I had still quite a lot of calories to go. It was really easy for me to think, oh, it's okay, don't have it, you don't need it. But the goal here is to stick to what I've been given, to stick to the plan, to trust in the process. And if I don't consistently try to stick to it, then what's the point of even doing this in the first place? Like, I had to remember, I'm doing this for my health, I'm doing this for my mental health, I'm doing it to change my thoughts, reinforcing why you're doing something. And if it is for your health, then that is just so important that you do stick to it, because there's nothing, as I said in my previous video, like, you have to put your health first. But I think it took me so long, and the reason that I probably haven't got my periods back yet is because I kept going back and forth between, okay, I need to be eating more, I need to be fueling for my workouts, I need to be reducing my stress, I need to be doing this and that and this, and I just kept dabbling in and out of that, and I never really like took it like, it was serious, but I just didn't have it in me to break away from that like diet culture mentality and this fear of weight gain, that I couldn't just stick to it and honour what I needed to do for my body and for my health. So yeah. So yeah, I think I just wanted to, I don't know, it's just updating my thoughts as they come. I'll update you guys again when something interesting pops into my head, and I hope you have a lovely day. It's a Sunday. Don't know what day you're going to be watching this one.